total loan commitments and stock of debt procured exceed the public debt of Kenya shillings 9 trillion as approved by Parliament in 2019, thereby breaching Article 211 of the Constitution, read with Section 50, Subsection 2 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012. The Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury exceeded the set debt ceiling without seeking new approval from the Parliament in total violation of the Constitution and the Public Finance Management Act of 2012. It may be of interest to note that debt commitment pre-handshake, and I repeat, pre-handshake, was 4.5 trillion Kenya shillings, and the post-handshake figure has ballooned to 11.7 trillion. The question is this: was the handshake a license to burdening Kenyans with punitive public debt, punitive taxation, punitive food prices, and a high cost of living? The Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury should not sign any new loans, including floating sovereign bonds, during this transition period. The National Assembly and the Senate should reduce the budget ceiling to ensure a fiscal deficit that does not exceed Kenya shillings 400 billion and check on the growing public debt. The National Assembly and the Senate must avoid any further strangulation of Kenyans with additional debt by refusing any request for approval of a new debt ceiling. We are aware that the CS for the National Treasury has prepared for submission to Parliament a new debt ceiling of approximately over Kenya shillings 12 trillion. Let me come to the issue of equitable share of money going to the counties. This is the 495 billion to the counties. You will recall the BBI Bill 2020, which was resoundly rejected by the courts, proposed amendments of Article 203, subsection 2 of the Constitution to increase the equitable share raised nationally allocated to county governments from 15% to 35%. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not need a constitutional amendment to give more money to counties. The budget policy statement of 2022 has proposed to maintain the equitable share of the revenue going to counties at Kenya shillings 370 billion. We therefore support the proposal by our members again under Section 25, subsection 7 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012 to increase the equitable share to counties to Kenya shillings 495 billion. The amendment is in line with Article 203 of the Constitution and represents 35% of the audited and approved nationally raised revenue figure of Kenya shillings 4.6 trillion, as adopted by the House in the audit report of the financial year of 2017-2018. Basically, what we are saying here, if these guys were committed to giving more money to the counties, they should not oppose those amendments or this proposal. The law allows Parliament to pass a resolution to adopt the budget policy statement with or without amendments. This amendment deserves the goodwill and unwavering support of all members of the National Assembly, governors and the MCAs to ensure devolution works in line with the constitutional mandate of counties. Let me now come to something that is in the minds of the people. This is the statement made severally by the Deputy President that Kenya shillings 50 billion credit can be set aside for a credit scheme for the micro, small and medium enterprises. Official government statistics, that is the Kenya National Statistics Bureau survey of 2016, shows that the bottom economy businesses directly employ 14.9 million people, that is about 15 million people, or 80% of Kenyans who are working. The main sources of capital for financing these enterprises are 80% from family sources, 4.2% from family friend loans, 5.6% from banks, and of course, a small figure of 1.4% from chamas, their local cooperatives. And the government provides literally only 0.01% of these funds. Under the bottom-up economic model propagated by KenyaKwanza, we support our members' proposal for the provision of Kenya shillings 50 billion, and this has been put by our members in Parliament, in the financial year 2022-2023 for the support of the establishment of affordable credit schemes to support these small businesses. We can then expand the tax bracket and subsequently increase taxation collection by reducing the high level of domestic borrowing that has crowded out businesses. Let me come to something that deals with governance. The financial autonomy of the police and the judiciary. This has remained like a mirage. The Constitution envisaged an independent National Police Service under the National Police Service Commission in Article 248(2)J of the Constitution, and not to micromanage police service under the Ministry of Interior. The independence of the National Police Services is not achievable without financial autonomy, which is currently under the control of the Principal Secretary for Interior. The Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury should obey the Constitution and designate under Section 67 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 the Inspector General as an accounting officer for the National Police Service. This will provide financial autonomy and ensure the country of independent and effective policing services, especially the Office of the DCI, in the fight against corruption and maintenance of security across the country. Article 173 of the Constitution established a judiciary fund for the administrative expenses of the judiciary and such other purposes as may be necessary for the discharge of the functions of the judiciary. The National Treasury has continued to breach the Constitution by failing to provide money for the operationalization of this important constitutional fund in the last 12 years. Our members have proposed amendments to provide an additional Kenya shillings 12 billion in the financial year 2022-2023 for the operationalization of the Judiciary Fund, in line with the Constitution, to offer the judiciary financial independence, autonomy, and the financial muscle to proceed in the fight against corruption and help clear case backlogs, some of which date back to 40 years. There are other immediate issues: drought mitigation measures and support to teachers, students, and farmers. The ravaging effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and the deteriorating food security situation are worrying, while the indicative budget for for the livestock offtake program indicated a reduction in allocation of Kenya shillings 249 million in 2021-2022 to Kenya shillings 140 million in 2022-2023. The National Drought Management projects the situation to worsen further and affect over 4 million people in Baringo, Kitui, Lamu, Garissa, Wajir, Tana River, Isiolo, Turkana, West Pokot, Makueni, Marsabit, Samburu, and Mandera counties. Our members have proposed an amendment for the provision of an additional 2 billion Kenya shillings required for drought mitigation, including livestock offtake in the budget of the financial year 2022-2023. Our teachers require adequate preparation for the changing CBC. The government must allocate adequate resources to cater to the teachers' professional development program. Our members have proposed an allocation of 1.8 billion in the financial year 2022-2023 to cater for this program. Further, our members have proposed doubling the allocation for funding to the Higher Education Loans Board to ensure seamless processing of loans to university and TVET students who are currently suffering due to lack of funds at the Higher Education Loans Board for disbursement. Our members have also proposed an amendment to the budget policy statement to provide for an additional 5 billion for fertilizer subsidy program to bring fertilizer prices down to about Kenya shillings 2,500 per bag. Finally, as KenyaKwanza, we want to reiterate our commitment to the people first principle. We believe that the people are the rightful masters of both Parliament and the courts. We affirm our resolve to support devolution and the Constitution. We are together with the people in our commitment to constitutionally overthrow via the ballot any person who perverts our Constitution. That is a quote from Abraham Lincoln. God bless you all, and we say KenyaKwanza. Asante.
Thank you very much.
This will be provided to you on soft copy by the media team.
Thank you. Okay. I guess that statement is very comprehensive. To make any, I think that statement is very comprehensive. I don't think we need to belabor any issue there unless there is any question that may be for clarification on the statement.
Thank you.
Good. Looks like we are
communicating.
We are sour. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Asante.
Asante.